Garden. It's been a while. It's August 6th. Look at this. This is a volunteer tomato plant. Our compost pile used to be right here next to the house, and we moved it because of rats getting up under the house there. So we moved our compost pile. But anyways, this tomato is a result of the compost pile. It's a volunteer. So we're just going to see what happens here. We don't water it. We don't do anything with it. It's kind of an experiment to see how it goes. Alright, you know, it's been a while since I've made a video and walked around the garden and kind of shown you what's going on. And anyway, so I thought I'd do that. It's evening. It's right before sunset. And it's, as you can see, it's overcast, foggy, as usual. It got sunny today for a little while. But it's been mostly foggy for the past few weeks. See, you can see the fog over the mountains there, over the forest. So, there's my cat in the window. Meow, meow. Say hi, kitty, kitty. Hi. Anyways, here's my raspberries. And over there I have chard in the grow bags. It's doing alright. It really needs to be transplanted. I think chard does a lot better in the winter around here. At least my chard did last year. So that's where the compost is now. And some hay and pallets. And, you know, we just have things going on everywhere. So the squash is doing pretty good. Thought this was a pumpkin, but it turned out to be a Hubbard. See, there it is. The zucchini is doing well. One zucchini, you know, we have gophers or moles or something, but they dig up around here, and I think one has unearthed the roots of one of my squash. Because I came out yesterday, and it was just laying over instead of standing up erect like the others. It's laying down, so I don't know if it's going to make it. But the others are doing great. Just doing wonderful. We've been getting quite a bit of squash. You know, and I threw corn and beans. Just threw them in there just to see what would happen. I don't expect to get any corn, but we do have some corn growing. And we do have some beans growing. So, and we have some nice squash right there. It's finding over. Down here's the butternut. And we do have some butternuts growing. So that's exciting. I kind of changed how we have our strawberries set up. I did purchase some more pine berries. And Dan built a bench for those to be up. And so these are all pine berries. All 4 containers, and there are lots of daughters starting, so that's exciting to me. Next year I expect to have lots and lots of pine berries. Pine berries are my favorite of the strawberry variety, and I'm still getting strawberries. In my milk crate, there's some pine berries. I just picked a whole bunch of berries, so I don't have a whole lot of ripe ones to show you. So, there's my Fuji apple tree. So, yeah, so they're still doing good. Let's see, the mole, he has completely sunk this table. And, that strawberry plant is doing great. And the cabbages are doing well in these bags. It's keeping the white mothworms off of the cabbages, keeping them from eating them. So my chard over here is just doing wonderful. Look how huge those leaves are. The chard is just beautiful. I have already put up 27 pints of chard that I canned in the pressure canner. And we like to eat that. It's like eating spinach when you can it. The marigolds just love this box. Here's spinach, and I'm letting my spinach go to seed because I want to save my own seeds and grow spinach from my own seeds. So I've been harvesting carrots. I think there's a carrot right there that's ready. Yep. Yeah, I planted the carrots in so they would grow in cycles, so I wouldn't get them all at once. And I have also been throwing chard in there because this is all going to be chard in the winter. And I'm going to do the carrots over in the Smart Pots, the cloths. But my passion flowers are still blooming and doing real nice. We have lots of pollinators in our garden, and I think that's really important to the success of our garden, to have pollinators and bring them in. So we have lots of bees and hummingbirds, beneficial insects, and beautiful sunflowers. And my passion flower is also climbing the sunflower. So see, there's a hummingbird right there. Oh, see? I'm so glad he showed up for our video. So, beautiful flowers growing. And the tree colored. Tree colored is doing great. It's a transplant. Those are weeds. I don't like to put weeds in the compost. So, the beans. I have been harvesting beans. I have gotten, a gallon bag so far. And I just started harvesting about 2 weeks ago. So, I will be getting beans for the next 6 to 8 weeks. So, I'll be able to put up quite a few jars of beans for the winter. So, the beans are definitely climbing. Our veggie hut. Just love that. And kale. And our dino kale we have in the protective bags. So, this was a really good hardy variety of broccoli during the spring. So I'm letting it go to seed so that I can save the seed and grow broccoli from these seeds during the winter. Because I really like this type of broccoli. See, there's some beautiful beans. Lots of beans. Some purple beans. And they're all growing up onto the veggie hut. There's my celery seed. Beautiful. Okay, so we'll go over here. So this used to be the garlic, and now I have a zucchini starting here. And see, by the, those zucchinis over there in that bed over there, they'll be done producing in 4 to 6 weeks. And I'll still be getting zucchini from this for at least another 90 days. So, and another one right there. And the potatoes. And my hummingbird feeders. There's a blueberry on there. But the blueberries are pretty much at the end of their cycle. So here's another view of the veggie hut from this side. With beans growing up the sides. And there's lots of beans on there to pick as well. And my little herb bed. Apple mint. And oregano. Savory. And then there is some dill in there. But it looks like the mole has traveled through there. And our peach tree. Now, over here, on this side was where the peas were, and we had pulled the peas out. Let's go inside the veggie hut. So where the peas were, I pulled the peas out and amended the soil, and I planted some pole beans so that they will grow up, and I will get pole beans from these. I will get beans from these when all these beans are done producing. This is an old buoy that was carved out, and we have strawberries in there. So, I'll take you around and see I'm getting strawberries on that. And beans. And the veggie hut has beans growing up it and across it and hanging from it. Lots of beans. Now this is our sugar pumpkins. These are the pumpkin pie pumpkins. So I have those. And I have one growing out there. And I have others that will be starting and hanging from this part of the veggie hut. But let me show you this beauty. There it is. It's turning orange. A butternut and a Hubbard. And I have thyme down there. I just fed everything some really good Alaska fish fertilizer. That is a 511. So that will help them. And I also gave them some Epsom salt for the magnesium to boost them. But here's a Hubbard that's growing on this one. So, and I have more cabbage over here. Okay, coming out of the veggie hut. Look at my dill and sunflowers and the cucumber trellis arch. But this dill is taller than me. That dill right here is right at my nose. So the dill is taller than I am. I'm 5 foot, and that's about 6 foot. So there you go. But this is along my fence line. There's a new artichoke. And old artichokes. We don't eat artichokes. We just let them flower because we think they're beautiful. And they bring bees to the garden. And there is actually a bee inside. There's one of my sunflowers. Hasn't bloomed yet. But this one's bloomed. And I have berries coming through in nasturtium. And another artichoke. Some more artichokes. But isn't that pretty? And more nasturtiums. And another sunflower that hasn't bloomed. So that is my mammoth sunflower. And various cucumbers that I started later in the pots here to go up this side of the arch. But the cucumbers on this side of the arch, there are some that are now climbing taller than me. So they're about 6 feet. But we do have some cucumbers. And these are pickling cucumbers. That's what I grow cucumbers for, is to pickle. So there are definitely cucumbers ready to be picked. So, yep. I guess tomorrow I better get out here and do some picking. So here is a cabbage I just started for my fall, winter garden. And we have potatoes in this tub. And more potatoes in that tub, and more potatoes. And then lots of berries that hang over the fence. The blackberries and right there. And tree colored. And my neighbor's dog has discovered I'm out here and is now barking. So the onions are doing really good. These are some, see? So my onions are doing great in this container. It was cut in half. It's a water container, so probably another 4 to 6 weeks and I'll be able to harvest the onions. And then I have some Walla Walla onions I started in that container. And more of the passion flower. This one's not doing as good. I don't know why. See, it has some dead stuff on there. I don't know what's going on with that. But let's go back to this. So here is the 10-foot sunflower, the mammoth. Look at the size of those leaves. There it is. That is a huge sunflower. And I will be saving seeds from that to plant sunflowers next summer because I want big mammoth sunflowers like that one. So I have cabbage and more dill. I started through here. And more dill. And marjoram. So here we are on the other side of the cucumber arch. Isn't that something? So I have mammoth sunflowers on both sides. The hummingbirds. We get a lot of hummingbirds. So it looks really good in there. I'm getting lots of cucumbers. I had to get strings and tie up others. These hummingbirds are not scared at all. They will come right up to my face. Do you see them all? So see how I had to string up some of these cucumbers? I'm wondering if you can hear that. If you can hear the hummingbirds. They don't even mind me being in here. Isn't that something? Wow. Alright, I'll let them be. So over here I just have some stuff in pots that are doing pretty good, but my cilantro is going to seed, and that's what I want. And then I'll toast the seed. And there's a berry, and I think I'll have that as a little snack, a little garden snack. And more blackberries. Oh, that strawberry is so good. Let's go inside the greenhouse. Oh, that strawberry was so good. You know, the first week of August, they're sweet. They're a little less tart. Excuse my lip smacking. Oh boy, what happened here? What did he do? That's not good to have all of my tomatoes. There's no airflow. That's going to... Oh boy. Dan. He, you know, he really doesn't know a whole lot about what's good for the plants. I'm the gardener, he's the builder. And, you know, this tomato was just so overgrown, this little cherry tomato. So he thought he would tuck it out of the way. Well, this creates a problem. You see that? It should be like that. Or it should be like that, having airflow so that the tomatoes don't get blight. There's my, here's my paste tomatoes, my San Marzano, and they're starting to get red. And this is a determinate variety. So it has put out its tomatoes, and they're turning red, and I am so excited. Those are my canning tomatoes. Now, I had this tomato variety just full of green tomatoes on this side over here, and I pulled it out 2 days ago, and I pickled all the green tomatoes on it. Pickled green tomatoes. Now, I did a sweet bread and butter type variety with the green tomatoes, and then I did some with dill and onions and chili flakes and peppercorns, and I think that one will be really good. And I was able to can 17 pints from cherry tomatoes that I pulled out over here that were green, and this variety here, all the green. And when I weighed them out, I had 10 pounds. So I canned up 10 pounds of green, small tomatoes, and I pickled them, and they were so good. I'll have to do a video on that. So, because I have, in this area, according to the Farmer's Almanac, my first hard frost day is the end of November. So this being August, I still have a few months that I can actually grow a tomato. So right here I have an Amish paste, and when I transplanted it, it was 2 feet tall, but I buried it down to these sets of leaves, removing the bottom so that it would be nice and strong, so that I can get some more tomatoes harvested before winter for canning. And I'm not going to plant anything there, but I will be harvesting this one soon and doing more of the pickled green tomatoes, because I really don't care for this variety as when it's ripe. To me, it's mushy and it doesn't have a whole lot of flavor, so it's perfect for pickling. And so that's what I'll do with this one. And I have another start that I cloned from the San Marzano that I will be planting right there, because these are almost done. Whoops. So here is an Amish paste, and that'll be the second red one, second ripe one. And there's a couple more that are ripe of the Amish paste. And these are a real good meaty tomato for making sauce and paste and canning. And that's what I just started on the other side that I just showed you. And so I'm really excited to have more of those. I like to use homemade sauce and canned sauce. And then that's just an early girl over here, and we've been getting lots of tomatoes off of that. And when it's done, I won't put anything in its place, but I will put a San Marzano over on this side. And then we still have lots of basil growing in here. But tomorrow I'm going to have to come out, and I'm going to have to separate that and allow this tomato to have some airflow through it. Because this is not going to work. This is not good for a tomato plant right here. I'm going to have blight for sure. Okay, well, there's my lemon tree. It's doing really well. It's from a splice, and this is its third year, so I should get a few lemons on it this winter, I'm hoping. So, anyways, so I think I'll, call this an end. 25 minutes is a long time for a video, and I don't blame those of you who don't really like to watch long videos. Who has time for that? Oh, there's my rhubarb. I have a funny story about this. I actually ate too close to the leaf a couple weekends ago, some rhubarb, and I got so sick. My stomach cramped up, and I had food poisoning. And that can be, that's the only thing it had to be, because I'm the only one that ate some of the rhubarb and strawberry pie that I had made, and I got so sick for 2 days because I ate the rhubarb too early and too close to the leaf. Got poisoning. Okay, well, thanks for touring my garden with me and hanging out this evening. And I hope you come back for more videos in the future. And I will definitely do a canning video on the green tomato pickles, because I think that you'll enjoy that. Well, I hope you will. Look at all the berries. We have gotten gallons and gallons of berries already put up in the freezer in containers. I will have to make some blackberry jam soon. I'm so excited to get blackberries. Well, please give me a thumbs up. Help my channel grow. Subscribe, share. Do what you can to help me. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.